Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. That music was beautiful, by the way, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was a bit nervous, and then that just put me in the right kind of mood, so thank you. Okay, I'm going to start off with one that is, I guess it's just about that thing where once you tap into that thing that you really like doing, and then you just feel awesome, and it's kind of about trying to tap into that consistently. Okay, it's called Possessed. How do I maintain the magic? How do I set her free? Day after day she climbs these walls inside of me. She is not afraid to fall. Sometimes she makes it as far as my throat and I can hear her call. It escapes to form a melodic moat circling my being. Before I know it, she has stolen the shape of my voice and I am singing. These words are hers. I am just a messenger, just a shell she hides in. A home for her magic to reside in until she's finished casting this lifestyle. But at times I can tell she is angry with me when I close the door, when I don't let her be. Maybe I'm afraid to let go, afraid of her light, afraid that she just might take over me. For if I am conquered, where would this notion of I be? Nowhere, and yet everywhere at once. For I am the illusion her magic did weave, so that physical worlds might perceive the manifestation of an idea she once had about a woman, about women, about men, who could articulate, give shape, bring form to a love that was once felt but never seen nor heard until it was born. Born with you, born with me, so that it might look out through our eyes at each other and see just what love itself looks like dressed up in this life. This life, a vehicle for maintaining some kind of magic, a space for the unseen to be seen, a portal for this feeling to escape through and roam freely between me and you. Thank you. This next one is about, well, it's about a dear friend of mine actually, not a friend now. And it's just about those kind of relationships, I guess, where sometimes you can be carrying too much of the past and you miss the moment. I listened to your story until it became mine, until the sands of your agonies passed through into our time, showering this gift, the present nature of us, tearing it open and blurring eyes in a storm of emotional dust. But it didn't settle. No, yours only grew, and it would strike at any hour to break my heart like glass. Oh, please, turn me upside down. Let me start this time again, and let those old sands you splutter scatter out to the wind, and instead of falling through and collecting in those bags we scurried to fill. They grew so heavy, but we carried them still. In our attempts to plug the spill, stop this flood of bad blood from your wounds that never healed. Oh, my darling, I cannot be your shield. I cannot defend your castle against this raging sea of anger you still feel. And though I've tried to streamline my love into a little moat, mold it around your walls, erode away at the fortress but keep the king and the castle afloat, I cannot keep you buoyant among the debris of all this pain, slowly running out of air, and now I'm gasping for what you once said went missing. Don't you see? I am here and I am listening, but now it's you that's missing, me and this moment. There has to be a line, and it has to be drawn through all this sand of yours so we can step over and walk forward. But my hand is now limp and my heart is now sore from watching you hesitate in your cloud of thens and befores, from waiting for you to settle these old scores. And you know, I've been turning it over, dressing it up, framing it this way and that, trying to connect all your dots, maybe see the bigger picture, find the location of a turning point where time will anoint this moment anew, fresh where we are here now, just me and you. But now time points to me and says, just let him be. Maybe he finds more company in history than he does with me. And if he does, well, he and his story were not written for me, nor are they mine to hold on to and carry. And with that, I pulled my head out of the sand and to my surprise found pen and paper in hand. I wrote a shaky first line, but hey, at least this time it was mine. A new chapter, the one where I stopped listening to the voice that kept trying to fix him, and the one where I drew my own line, and where his story was no longer mine. Alrighty, I've got one more and a haiku, and I'll leave you. This is love. This conversation with a friend, this smile in their eye which somehow sends a message or a feather to bend and unfold. This love, this new line on my face has become my map for tracing, a picture of what I've learned so far, and so I hold it up to the sun to show her just how far I've come. And as I do, somewhere out there, another feather comes undone. For this is love. This up past midnight, this moonbeam smile, crescent and glowing from holding you tight while understanding that this just might be the very last night you are with me. And in recognizing this, loving the moment for everything it is, and for everything is exactly as it should be here. Trust the life she once whispered to me, this love, this now rolling down my cheek, this silent language we all speak in the quiet tongues of the heart. And unbridled now is my heart, no longer cradled, as those feathers finally expand and part, moved by the formless hands of this passion, this joy, this love. This is flying. Thank you. I think I'll just end on a haiku. I wrote this recently, and it goes, I remember it. We were all born brave, heart-shaped grenades. Pull the pin, let love wipe out fear.